Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting edition of TechPod Africa. TechPod Africa is a show that is dedicated to driving life into the African tech space. If you would like to know more about us, about why we exist, our vision, mission, and all of that, just see the video that is linked on either part of the screen. Now, going into today's topic, it is the first of our many series. This is the Entering Tech series. Drum rolls! Okay, this particular series is dedicated to helping tech newbies familiarize themselves with the space, but we're coming from the standpoint of them understanding themselves and understanding how their skill sets can be fitted into the tech space. If this is something that interests you, please stick around while we get into all of the juice. We are kicking off this Entering Tech series from the topic that you must have seen on the thumbnail. 10 questions you need to ask yourself before entering tech. So I just want you to follow me as I go into all of this, because they are coming not from a point of, okay, these are the job descriptions, are they things they're interested in? They're coming more from a perspective of understanding yourself and looking for roles that would fulfill you as a person, which is really where all the happiness lies. The first of this is answering the question, who am I? Wait, it's cliche, I know, but this is very, very important. But we're coming at it from this perspective. Follow me, please. Are you a person who likes to see a societal problem and think that, okay, this problem needs a solution and I want to be the one to provide the solution? I'll call that the core solutions engineering way of coming into things. So you see a problem in the society and then you just want to provide a solution. The next category of people are, okay, someone else has found a problem, sees that there needs to be a solution to it. I want to come in as someone who executes this solution. You have created the solution. I want to help you in solving the problem and helping directly by creating the solution, executing the solution. Now, the third category of people that I'll be talking about are the people who just want to come in. So the solution has been found to the problem, the solution has been executed and or created by another set of people. Now they want to come in to ensure that the solution is functioning as it ought to function, the solution is being managed as it ought to be managed, that on the day-to-day side, on the day-to-day tasks, things are going as they ought to go. All of these people are so important. I mean, if you remove any one of them, things may become chaos in any tech company, in any organization actually. So answering these questions will help you to first create a point through which you want to enter. And on the next video, we'll be providing answers to all of this so that you'll just be able to know, okay, if you belong to this category, then you may just want to be looking in this direction. Going into the second one. The second very important question that you need to ask yourself is, what are my strengths? What are your strengths? What do you excel at doing? Are you a person who is really good with building relationships? Are you a person who enjoys, who excels at approaching problems from a mathematical and or methodical perspective? Are you a person who is emotionally intelligent? You're really good with managing your emotions and traversing situations in a very emotionally intelligent way? Are you a person who is super creative? You're very visual in your thinking. You tend to see things instead of hear them. Like, you just are very creative and you're able to just enjoy art, to breathe art into whatever it is that you do. These questions are so important. The next question you need to ask yourself, this one is one of my favorites because it takes you from where you are right now to where you want to be almost directly. The question is, what are my transferable skills? Now, okay, you see personally in the next video, but going on, there are different kinds of skills. There are critical thinking skills, there are sales skills, there are organizational skills, there are design skills, there are fashion skills. There are just a number of these skill sets. So holistically, if you look at yourself, what are your core skill sets? What are those skill sets that you have used in the past without even knowing, and that's giving you recognition, it has given you respect? It might be in a field as small as a classroom or your church or your mosque, as the case may be. What are my transferable skills? Question number 4 is a speed question. Am I willing to fully transition into tech, or do I want to go it slowly? This question is very, very fundamental, and it would have to do with you personally, because there are certain situations that surround you that you may need to consider very, very seriously before deciding whether to jump in or to go in on a bit of a slider. Question 5. Is this a short-term plan, or am I willing to go long-term in the tech space? You deciding on this early on will help you in choosing which career path to go into. Like I said, I'm really stopping myself from giving examples, but you'll be seeing all of this in the next video. On to question 6. This is a run-off of question 5. It says that how much work am I willing to put in? Your availability, number 1, and your readiness, preparedness to put in a certain amount of work will help you also decide what role to go into, because there are some roles that the transferable skills that you already have can really be deployed into, while there are other roles where you need to start afresh and you need to start to learn and learn, unlearn, relearn. There's a lot of learning going on. So answering the question that says that how much work am I willing to put in from the start will help direct you into a path that works. This next question, question number 7, is so crucial. You can't overstate it, you can't overemphasize it in any way. And because of this, it is usually the first question a lot of people ask themselves when they're about to go into tech. It is this: how technical am I willing to get? How much technicality do I want to be in my work? A lot of people will say that it's either you're coding or you're not coding. Those are also ways to put it. There are different, diverse, very, very enjoyable and exciting fields in both of these categories. But for you to be able to answer this question, you need to really know yourself. You need to understand your inclinations. You need to, most of all, understand the thing that you enjoy doing. Because in tech, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it becomes really bad, really fast. So I put this question to you: how technical are you willing to go? Question number 8. What resources do you have at your disposal when you want to come into tech? There are some roles in tech where you require a bit more in terms of resource commitment, because you need to get certain devices and all of that, while there are other roles where you may not necessarily require all of that. You have your phone, you have data, and you're good to go. So you really need to consider this if you're coming into tech, and just know beforehand what kind of commitment you would need to make for you to begin in your desired role. Question number 9, very important, and you see why. In what way does this decision to go into tech align with my personal long-term goals, in terms of skills, in terms of experience, and in terms of finances? This money, it is very important. We need to consider it. So if you're going into a role, you need to think of it that, okay, in the best case scenario, when I am going to be maybe at the top of this field, what does it look like? Does this align with my vision for myself? Does it align with what I want to become, with the person I want to become? Supremely important. This leads me directly into question 10, which is that, is there a possibility of finding fulfillment here? And fulfillment is twofold, right? There's personal fulfillment in terms of the actual work that you're doing, and then there is also an overarching fulfillment in terms of, okay, the organizations that I will possibly be working with, is there a chance for me to find fulfillment through working for them, through the work that they are doing on a societal level? These two questions, they are intertwined, and that's why I'm putting them together this way. You need to really think deep about them. If you look at 1 to 10, we started from who am I, and we went down to, is there a possibility for me to find fulfillment in the tech space, in this role that I'm considering going into? You will see that it is an holistic approach to job, to career, to just, personal well-being, especially in the professional sense. So you need to really think deep about this question. They are not questions that you just sit down and in 10 minutes you've answered them. You need to maybe do a first draft, leave them, come back, ponder over them, and just, really dig deep into yourself, into all of the experiences that you have, into your knowledge of yourself to answer all of these questions. Because the goal at the end of the day is for you to be fulfilled in the career that you go into, not just for you to think that, okay, tech is the next big thing, I want to make money, it is the new hype. If you answer all of this correctly, you will be able to know if you really want to go into tech for the sake of tech, for the sake of it aligning with what you are, with who you are as a person, or if you're just going into it based off of the hype. And the truth is that in the long run, the people who get into things based off of just the hype tend to fall short, tend to not be able to go to the finish line. So my dear friend, I hope that this video has been very, very helpful to you. I hope you've been able to get value from all of this. And the next video that we're going to be having will be answers. So we're going to be sending these questions to a few people. They're going to be answering, and then based off of that, we will propose which tech fields they should possibly consider getting into based off of the profile information that they've given us in this question. Till we meet again, I am Ade Runke of Tech for Africa. Cheers.